What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I'm a little bit confused because I'm trying to understand maybe certain cryptocurrency projects and just trying to understand like what makes them tick, what makes them move, and what really provides volume versus holders versus burns versus a lot of different stuff. And it's always something new that gets me a little bit confused as to like what actually moves a cryptocurrency project. And maybe I'm just not seeing the correlation, or maybe the information that's on this site is wrong. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Elmo ERC. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Elmo ERC. I've talked about it a bunch of times on this channel. Mainly, this is a hyper deflationary position that is a truly hyper deflationary position that is launched on multiple exchanges that also implements a burn tax within it, which you don't see in any other project. So they found a way to be able to create that connection with other exchanges to implement the burn tax and fight their way into maybe some tier two, tier three exchanges, maybe even get to a tier one exchange, right? Um, and so that's fantastic to see. And their whole mindset is around creating stability through burns, which is fantastic. And the lower the price is, the more that you can end up burning, which the more you can stabilize the price, the more people that you bring on and all of that stuff, right? And so on and so forth. You see more of a price build and everything there. But again, I'm very, very confused as to the movement as well as what we see, um, in like the holders and the volume and all of that stuff. So I wanted to kind of get some clarity there, and I don't have clarity from them yet. And I wanted to show you why I'm confused, and then in maybe another video we will go through and clarify everything and see the reasoning behind all that stuff and what we could be seeing there. So guys, if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel. And if you want to follow me on Twitter at Perry8K, you can follow me there. Also, if you want to check out some of the other links that are down there, I have my Amazon store, I have my merch store, and my Kick link if you guys want to subscribe to or follow to, another streaming platform. But anyways, um, there have been a couple of people that have reached out to me on Twitter and said, hey, what's going on with Elmo? Elmo's price is decreasing a little bit. And anytime I see Elmo's price decrease, I always think, well, that seems like it's an opportunity to burn, right? Because as the price decreases, that means that there's selling going on. And that's the way that you see the burns. Now, if you don't know Elmo, majority of the places where you can purchase it, you have zero buy tax, but then you have a 10% sell tax. So if you have that 10% that goes through on the sell side, you're going to see those burns that end up happening eventually, right? Some will happen automatically. Other ones on exchanges, I believe, are more of a manual process. But this is the position here. Let me show you guys real quick. This is the position here. Over the last 7 days, it's down 27 or 28%. Over the last day, it's down about 10%. We're seeing this less than a penny, which honestly, whenever I see a position like that, I look at it like, oh, this is an opportunity because it could be worth so much more. And that's only if they, implement all of these other things. But you're seeing a $3 million market cap. You're seeing about $600,000 in volume. And that's with an asterisk because it's not including the coin W volume, which is about 200,000. So it should be closer to $800,000 worth of volume, which is again down by 16%. You are seeing a volume to market cap ratio, no matter what, of a 25% volume to market cap ratio. If we look at the last month, this is where people have pointed that out, that it's down about 66% over the last month, because we have seen, more and more negativity within the, I guess, altcoin space, the altcoin market, rather than the main market. You see Bitcoin and Ethereum really making positive moves, and everything else is not really looking as positive. And that's one of the reasons as to why you're seeing it. But also people want to consistently see innovation. They want to consistently see change. And for a position that has, markets, and it has 5 markets that are available or whatever, right? You would hope to see more and more that are coming on. But again, you couldn't ask for anything more of a project like this. There's a lot of projects out there that are worth more and they're not seeing $1 million in volume. So it's just consistently you're seeing that volume, and I hope that you see more burns. Now, the issue is that burns really happen on one side. So uh, when the burns go through, they would go through on the sell side, and we don't know exactly how much it's selling. The only thing we can definitely say is the fact that there's has to be a lot of selling that's happening because you're down 66% over the last month. And 27% over the last 7 days. So there has to be some selling and there has to be larger burns that are going through. Now, the thing that confused me, one thing that confused me was um, the amount of supply, right? Because the supply is 367 million. Well, with all of this negativity and all of this movement in the wrong direction, like south, you expect to see a lot more burning that's going through. Now, from what I understand, I'm not going to say that this is 100% true. From what I'm understanding, they have to collect per week or per month, they have to collect from the exchanges in order to burn. So some of them, they may have to hit 30 days in order to burn a certain amount, which should be a large lump sum. Other ones, you're receiving some sort of money in order to see those burns. And you could see that every week. Now, for Bitmart, from what I heard, and I'm not 100, again, I'm not 100% sure if this is true. I'm reaching out to them to see everything that's happening. They should be receiving funds every week from Bitmart, and you're seeing the volume that's going through there. So they have to have something, right? Whether it's $5,000, $10,000 or something like that. Um, and we're not sure exactly what's happening there. And I want to see those burns continue. I want to keep applying some sort of conversation or pressure on releasing some information to know how much has been collected from Bitmart, how much has been collected from CoinW, how much has been collected from LBank. You guys know that I'm very transparent, that I'm very to the point, and I speak my mind. It doesn't mean that it's 100% true that they have the money or they're receiving the money every single week. It's just what I have heard, and I want to make sure that we get the right information out there. Now, one other thing that does confuse me because the first thing was the lack of a larger amount of burns. Now they do claim that we're burning about 200 to 400K per day, but just based on my calculations overall, if they're receiving everything, as soon as possible, or even within every day, we should be seeing. If we're doing these calculations here, where you have 800,000 in volume, let's just say since things are decreasing, that half of it is a sell, right? And you're going to see 10% of that, which would be 40,000. That should be at a current rate of 1 cent or less than 1 cent. You should be seeing about 4 million coins that are burned. So I would say at least you should be burning about 1 million coins per day. That's what I would expect to see. Um, but we're seeing about 200 to 400. So I want to make sure we know what's happening there, whether they're not receiving it every single day. But again, this is every single day. Like if we see a full week that's passing by, we should be seeing 7 times that. So we should be burning off millions upon millions, especially at these lower prices that we're at. And that's where I guess I'm a little bit confused when it comes to the burning side. But also, I'm very confused when it comes to the holder side, right? We're seeing an increase in holders of 26%, almost 1,000 holders there. So if we're seeing that high of an increase, I would expect to see a positive price that's taking on. I don't understand if that's right that we're seeing 3,600 holders because it was 26 or 2,700 holders the last time I checked. So an increase in one day of 26%, does that mean that you had another exchange or something? You had another ability to grab a bunch of different wallets, a bunch of different people, or what happened? And that's an answer I don't have. I reached out to them again. I haven't received a response, but that was like 5 minutes ago. So don't say that like, oh, well, they're not responsive. That was 5 minutes. I don't expect them to reach out. And I think they're also in a different time zone. So I expect to get some information tomorrow about all of this just to kind of clarify everything and break everything down a little bit better. But these are just some things that kind of confuse me here. And the reason why it's confusing is because you see the increase in holders, you would expect to see the increase in the price. The fact that we're not seeing an increase in the price um, makes me think that this number might be wrong, or we're seeing an increase in holders, but they also sold at the same time. I don't understand that. But anyways, I do think that Elmo ERC has a lot of potential with everything that they've done with LBank, Bitmart, Bit4X, CoinW. I just want to see the result of that, right? Because they have the burn tax associated in these places, in these various places. I just want to see the burning that's associated with it. Tracking. Somebody will say, hey, how much did you receive from Bitmart? You should have received this much. Well, this is how much you're tracking. Because honestly, I can go through and track absolutely everything for every day and make sure that everything is 100% legit. It just takes time. And I would like them to go out and show us that, they received $10,000 from Bitmart and we burned $10,000, right? We received $10,000 this week from Bitmart and we burned $10,000. As far as I know, and again, don't quote me on it. As far as I know, I've only heard of one burn that happened with Bitmart. Um, and at this point, they're probably, if we're doing it every week, there probably should have been about 3 or 4 burns with Bitmart by itself. And I'm not sure about Bit4X or LBank or CoinW if it's a monthly fashion or if that money um, like if it's gonna like be a lump sum in that monthly fashion or will be a lump sum in the weekly or daily as we see it. But I really don't see a major change in the overall supply, and we probably should see a major change in that overall supply, probably down to about 360 or 350 at this point, um, especially with the price decrease. So, anyways, guys, let me know what you're thinking about this. Am I right by saying that, or has this confused you at all? I just want to make sure we get the right data out here. And Elmo has heard this from me. That I'm, very like transparent in what I'm thinking, my opinions, and they said they can live with that, right? Um, I want to make sure that they are on top of everything and that we're seeing the burns in a deflationary position and actually continue to be that hyper deflationary position that they claim to be on their website. So, um, yeah. If you want to know how much Elmo I'm holding about 220,000 Elmo. I obviously want to see it grow in the market cap and grow in the price, but mainly grow in the market cap, right? Growing in the price will be, it's normal. It will happen because of the fact that you're having those burns and getting to a consistent, let's say 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, $10 million market cap. I expect this to go a lot further in the market cap side of things. So, anyways, hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button. If you guys are interested in Elmo, you can always buy it on any of those platforms that you see here: Uniswap, LBank, Bitmart, Bit4X, CoinW. We'll give you some more information as time goes on. I don't make videos every single day, but I will make, let's say, 1 to 2 videos every week about Elmo to see what's happening and where the burns are going and all that stuff. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next video. See ya.